Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of SevTech Ages. Maybe episode 15? I'm gonna go with that. Confidence is key, right? Got my nice hot cup of coffee here. Hope you guys have some drinks, have some snacks. We're gonna kick back, relax, and have a good episode. I hope y'all have been enjoying this series. I know I've been enjoying playing it, and I've been doing some work off camera that I am ready to show you, and I somewhat have what we're going to do today planned out. So let me take a sip here. It's actually my second cup today because I've actually been playing for maybe about an hour, maybe hour and a half. I have been watching some other people play through this game, more specifically for the Abysmal Craft stuff and Blood Altar and all of that stuff, because I'm not super familiar with the mods themselves. But with that said, you might already see one of the things that I did off camera. I crafted this nice red backpack. So open it up, it gives you 2 rows of storage in here, and it does work with sorting. So I just kept a few things in here out of my way that I didn't think I needed at the moment. And you know what, I actually probably could put some of those books in there too. And sort out my own inventory. There we go. But yeah, so you know, I got my hoe, my crafting table, some food, and some miscellaneous things, my bed and all that stuff. So it's really nice because it all condenses right into this one singular item, and you just have to open it anytime you need it. So other than that, well, first of all, before we move on, let me show you how you can make that. It's fairly straightforward. So you have to start with the base backpack like such, and it's all this leather on the outside, so 7 leather on the outside, a leather cordage on the bottom, and then a primitive chest in the middle, so not a normal chest. It's one of these ones where you put the oak planks on the outside and a rock in the middle. And it'll make you your normal one. I upgraded mine to be red because I thought the color looked pretty cool, so you just take your backpack with some dye powder of your choosing. They have all these different colors you can choose from. I did red, so I got a rose bush ground up in the grinder to get this red dye, and then combined it in crafting and got my nice red backpack. I think you can, yeah, you can wear this. It doesn't have a lot of oh, sneak right click. Oh, you can place it on a block. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can put it on there. It doesn't have a lot of armor, so if we sneak right click, oh, we can put it down. It's super nice. And then you just left click and it breaks it and you can pick it back up. I did move my kiln down here, so I broke it, and unfortunately when you break a kiln, it just gives you a brick back. It does not give you the kiln, so I had to remake the kiln, and I moved it down here, and there's a specific reason I moved it down here. I did breed these boys up too. So there's a lot more of them in there. I also turned the volume down for them because I thought it might be a little bit too loud. So I'm also sitting a little farther back from my mic this time around. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm just trying to tinker with the audio settings. You guys will have to let me know down below what you're thinking. But we come up here and I kind of did a thing. So I reorged a lot of my stuff. I moved things around. I had these weird wood pillars here before, because this is how it was set up before all along here, and I had weird wood pillars. There we go. And I didn't do anything with them, and then finally I was getting sick and tired of being out in the rain up here trying to do stuff. I know our ultimate goal is to move downstairs, but I'm like, you know what, I like how the primitive feel is up here. It's nice, wide and open. We don't get too many mobs that come through, and you know, you just get those really nice views of the surrounding environment, which is really nice to have. And so what I did is I just expanded those boys up with these wooden logs. I put a dirt floor, I guess ceiling when you're looking at it from this way, but floor from the top. And then I planted a ton of trees up there, so I could technically farm them if need be, but I don't really plan to. I did get the grass up here so that it'll expand out. But yeah, I put them up here just because I felt like it made it look a lot nicer. You know, adding some more foliage up here so that it kind of all blends in. And also hence why I ended up moving the kiln. So I had my kiln over here. in the spot before. I think it was right in here, and it was a little too close, and it started catching things on fire. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to risk having it up here, so I just moved it down into our little cave shelter, I guess you could call it, or a cliffside shelter. Let's call it that. And yeah, I moved it down there. I figured it's not going to catch anything on fire down there, so I don't use it that often, but I like to have it around just in case. I got my berry bushes along here, which is really nice. I realized that if they have berries on them and you bone meal them, it will make you a whole other bush. But I'm going to grab these off of here, put my drying racks up here, kept my water basin there. I moved our chests around a little bit. Unfortunately, we have no more dirt because I used it all for the ceiling, and then I reorged this. So I am a dum-dum, and I have come to realize I was trying to use a hopper for this, and I thought that the hopper had its own inventory, and that is not the case. The hopper does not have its own inventory. I'm gonna let you move around because I think I hear a zombie. So just in case we get snuck up on. But anywho, so we have a hopper going into the porcelain melter here, and what you need to do is have a chest on top of it. And I don't know why I didn't realize that. Again, I've said this many times. I'm not the most up-to-date, or I'm a little rusty, I guess I should say, on all of the vanilla logic on how things work in the base vanilla game. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee here. And so I guess I just didn't realize that. Put a chest up here, and obviously I got it working. So I got all of my copper in here, and it's just been melting away. Comes through into our melter, put it in here, and then we need to have more fuel to keep it going. This thing burns through coal so quickly, it's kind of crazy. So unfortunately, we are kind of low on coal. I probably should have got some more off camera, but I won't worry about it right now. I want to do a little more research into some better options on how to fuel this if there's a better fuel source. It'd be nice if you could search for just fuel. Okay, that's not what we want. Can we just look for fuel? Okay, so you can look up just fuel. So you have coal and charcoal. That's what takes it. Low grade charcoal. But I don't think that we can. I mean, we can make it. You know what? Let's see. If we have a piece laying around over here. I did make another chest up here. If we take this and we put it in here, okay, it cooks it up right away, but okay, 120 seconds. So it gives it about 2 minutes of cook time. Interesting. I wonder if we put a piece of coal in here, we don't have any on our inventory. I should grab a couple. Just in case we need it out in the wilds. I put that in there. That's the carbon value. Do I have anything that I could cook up? I don't really have anything offhand that would be useful. I mean, we could make some, just make some charcoal. Unfortunately, it doesn't show us. Okay, so, okay, the low-grade charcoal definitely has a little bit better of a cook time. I know I'm wasting a piece of coal there. But like I said, unfortunately, I don't have anything else that I can really cook on me. Let's grab this as well. I'm going to put some more stuff in our backpack here. Put that in there. We have those. We got to hold on to that. We have our ash. That's for our project for today. Let's eat some berries. I forget, how do we make... So the low-grade charcoal, we can just put in there. We get that, which wouldn't be bad. So we can put it in the kiln and it work. No, it was, what did it say it was? A smoked kiln. How do you do that? Smoke. Okay. Oh, well, I don't know how to spell. Stone brick drain. Oh, that's kind of cool. Don't know how to make them. What is those? Slates. Oh. Provide extra support for thatch, passes, items, smoke, and steam. Oh, that's interesting. Anywho, let me go to... I honestly forget how we made the low-grade charcoal before. Oh, was it? It was in the kiln, right? Yeah, it was in the kiln. One gets you one of those, which lasts quite some time. It can smelt 32 items, it says. Is this thing still going? No, it's gone now. But it, you know, it did a lot of work. Holy smokes, I think another tree just popped up there. I like having all these trees out here. Oh, we don't need that. Don't need our berry in there. So if we run down here, because we have a ton of oak wood. That was the other thing that I picked up. And I put a decent amount in here, actually. I organized, this is my, I guess you could say, wood chest. So I picked up so much because what I basically did when I reorged up there and I moved things around is I chopped all the trees down. Figured it would be a little bit easier having it a clean slate, and also I needed the wood to make the structure. So that is what I did up there. I'm just taking this stripped birch log to see if it will turn into that low-grade charcoal, because that would be kind of nice if it does. Oh, it does. Cool. So I guess I'll do that, because it'll be nicer to burn the low-grade charcoal than it would be to... Jesus, you guys are so loud. Than it would be to do... Let's see, how do you say it? To keep burning coal, because coal is more useful for other things. And I was actually... So I was watching some videos, like I said, to get a better understanding of how to do certain things in the mod pack. And a lot of things that I saw are people saying don't use a furnace because you're actually using fuel, which is true. I didn't think of it this way. When you use a kiln, you have an unlimited source of fuel because you just have the low-grade charcoal underneath it and it burns whatever is put into it. Now, I don't know if you can do too much automation around it right now, but you know, it would be nice to have it set up like this, where it could pretty much automatically do it, except obviously when we click out there, we have to do it on our own. That's really nice how long it'll cook for. But yeah, I don't mind doing that, and I can do some of that off camera to get some more low-grade charcoal to smelt up all of our copper, and then we obviously have our tin that we have to do as well. But anywho, that is not the whole purpose of the episode. I have been rambling on way too much as it is. I hope I haven't lost too many of you guys. Already 13 minutes, that's crazy. But actually, you know, I want to make a side note. I was there was an update to the game, and I didn't have to download anything. It kind of just prompted me when I logged in. And I don't know if you guys remember before, but I would get, you'd get those Christmas presents, and that is no longer available. So you won't get those anymore. It doesn't show as an item. I do, yeah. Christmas, I do present. Yeah, nothing. So, just a side note, if you are playing along and you boot up your game and it gives you that, just hit continue. It'll say one missing item. It should say the present, Steve Cart present, and yeah. So just click through it, click yes, and you should be good to go. There's no need to worry on it. But anywho, I am still rambling on. So today, what I thought we would do. Holy, what happened? I like the tree, but see, this is what I was worried of. If I had my kiln in here and this had spawned in like it did. We would have been screwed. It would have burned everything down. All right, let me get this popped in normally, and let's get rid of this bad boy. Jeez, I like the trees. Trust me. I like having all of this foliage around here, but holy smokes. Okay. Anywho, so we do still need to do abysmal craft stuff, and I said last episode we would get into it this episode, and we might still try to. I'm debating on the way I want to do it. I've seen people do it different ways, and I see you can craft it, and honestly, the crafting sounds a lot nicer than having to what's the words? Trying to get them to spawn them, because the other option is you have to have them spawn it. And if you do that, it takes up a lot of space. You need to have the monsters come up and kind of go around, and once they go around a while, then they spawn these big obelisks with the trophies on top, and they leave behind this sludge or slime, and it just makes everything look crummy. And so if I do this, I want to find a good place where we can do it without destroying too much. And I know there's some over where we have a lot of our ores in the meadows, but I might not do it there. I might try to go somewhere else. So we might do some traveling today, which I'd be perfectly fine with, because I'd also like to find a jungle and some other areas as well. But anywho, I was thinking that we might go down the altered state and capture demonic will to build a blood altar. And demonic will is this bad boy. And I didn't realize this before, because what I did is I just looked up blood altar and I went from there, and I'm like, oh, I have no idea how to get this. I don't know how to make it. So we did read this before, but then after watching some tutorials on it, I understand better. So an imprint of a demonic entity attached to a creature. It can be obtained by killing a mob with a sentient weapon or by throwing a snare at the mob and killing it while it has white particles. So this is what we would need, is a snare. And I have all the materials for it, so we're going to craft it up. Using everything, you need 4 tin, an ash, which we just actually made earlier. I had one pre-made, but we made one again. You can make it in a furnace. And then 4 string. So that gives you 4 of these. And then if we go back, we go over to blood altar. There it is. We only need 1. We need 1, 2 bronze, and then some stone, and then a furnace in the middle. So we will need to get some, oh wow, that's really doing some good work. We will need to smelt up some smooth stone, and you know what, we will need to use the snares when it's a little darker out and we have mobs that are spawning, because right now we don't have any mobs spawned in. So yeah, let me think about this for a second. Let's go down here. I don't think there was anything else that I was going to show you, because I didn't really change too much else. And we can throw these in the kiln and just start cooking them up. But yeah, I didn't change too much else down on the path there. You might be able to see it from a distance here, but we had some trees that grew on the pathway. So a little bit bummed about that, but I don't think there's really too much that we can do about keeping them off unless we just made this knot out of grass. If we made it with like wood or cobblestone or something like that, then it'd be a little bit more protected against tree growth on it and around it, but it's a lot of resources, so wasn't really feeling like dealing with it and chopping these huge trees down, because they're not like little trees like that. They're like the big massive ones. So let me grab this. I did do a little digging. I don't remember what I showed on camera last episode, but I cleaned this out a little more back through here, put up some torches, and then I started clearing out over here just a teeny bit. I didn't really do too much. But anywho, I think what we will do is I will get this stone smelted up, because we only need 4. Get my furnace here. Get the stone smelted up. We'll wait until nightfall, because we are getting close. And then once we get to nightfall, we'll have some mobs that spawn, and we can use the snares on them and hopefully get that demonic will that we need to craft the blood altar. On top of that, we will need to craft a few more items to get going on that. But we will understand that a little bit more once we get the altar crafted, and it'll give us a book on how to do things. So with that said, we will be right back when it is dark out. Alright guys, we are back. It is night out, and I am ready to go out and do some hunting. There were 2 more things I wanted to mention before we head out. So one thing is, make sure that you aren't trying to do things with this in your hand, because I went to open a chest with it in my hand and I accidentally threw one and it's gone. So unfortunately, we should have had 4, but now we only have 3. Hopefully we still have a decent chance of getting what we need. The other thing is that when I went to move my kiln brick stove here, I forgot to mention this earlier, since I did move it over, I moved it, and for whatever reason, you're supposed to have 8 blocks, and when I moved it and picked up the blocks, there was only 7. So I don't know what happened to it. I checked to see if it somehow fell through or if it fell somewhere else, and for the life of me, I couldn't find it. I have no idea what happened to it, so I unfortunately had to craft up some more, and you do get 2 per the crafting recipe, and so I have an extra one chilling out here. So if you see that in there, that's why. But anywho, let us oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Let us go out and do some hunting. Again, I've been kind of watching this just over the past few minutes here, and the low grade charcoal, definitely the way to go. It's really nice. So, and for whatever reason too, the chest works underneath this, so underneath this hopper, which is really nice to have. So let's put this bad boy away. We have tons of copper going here with 12 blocks. So what, 12 times 9, because you get 9 ingots per, is well over, what, 108, right? Is that what it is? 12, 9, 2, 8, 18, 90, yeah, 108. So 108, that's how many copper ingots that we'll have if we eventually mash that bad boy up. So there is another item that I want to craft in this mod pack at some point, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I'll tell you more about it because we do not have the resources for it now. Oh, smokes. Okay, I do not really want to be I should have brought my dog with me. Why didn't I bring my dog? Oh my god. Okay, did that other creeper explode? I think he did. I really should put some torches over here just to light it up a little bit more. At least along the edges, it'll look nice. What is that? Sheep? Bad guy? I swear. Oh, it's a chicken. There's a chicken over there. I was gonna say, I swear I just saw something moving. Okay, here we go. Alright, and they should get some particles, but he did not get any particles. No! Oh. Okay, and those are the dangers of trying to go out at night. I'll have to fix this later now. Ah, whatever. Okay, let's keep looking around. Let's see if we can find anything that won't explode. Some more torches around here. I did craft up some more torches. Alright, let's see. Can we get this boy? Get him a little closer here. I want to be on a solid surface. Nope. Okay, he does not have the particles. We might not have gotten it right. Yeah, we're not having any luck with this. We might have to go back to the base and we'll have to craft up some more snares, which I don't think I have enough tin for, so we're gonna have to smelt up some tin and do that. Oof, okay. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, I've been eating these berries because I realized, I've seen this before, we have this nutrition chart here, and based on the nutrition chart, you'll have different boosts over here, and the more you have closer to 100%, the better items you have. So we have our vegetables and protein really high because we've been eating those steak dinners, but we don't have any fruit and grain, which is not bueno. So I've been I got the berries now, and I have a ton of apples that I can eat to help with that as well. So yeah, unfortunately we are going to have to cook up some more tin because I only have 3. Let's get these boys out of here because it's just going to keep going unless I put them away. Where did the other one go? Oh, was it just 1 stack? Maybe it's down to 1 stack now. I was not really paying attention. We'll have to craft up a little more low-grade charcoal, which is perfectly fine. Easy enough to do. I'm just getting rid of some stuff in our inventory. But yeah, so I'll have to do that. Capacity 16 free 10. Okay, so once this gets crafted up, we can make the block, and then we'll shift over to the tin, get that crafted up, and then we will craft some more snares. Where did I put my string? I thought I had it. Am I looking right at it? Yeah, I got it. Okay. So that, and then we just need our tin. So yeah, I am going to get that going. I keep hearing some noise, so I'm just kind of confused. Must be nothing. All right, guys. Let me try to get some more snares crafted here, and then once we do, I will be back probably at night. We're gonna have to craft up a lot of these. Okay. Cool. That actually drained everything out. But yeah, I'm gonna have to craft up a lot of those to get some tin going, and then hammer it down on the anvil. So once we get that all wrapped up, we will be back, and hopefully we'll be able to get the snare going again, so we can hopefully capture that demonic will. So once again, we will be right back. All right, guys, we are back. I have cooked up all of our tin, got everything ready, put some low-grade charcoal in here, and we are moving right along. I forgot completely that tin cooks way quicker, or smelts up way quicker than copper does, and so it didn't take long at all. It hasn't even been one full day. We're actually still waiting for nightfall. It should be getting there shortly, but I have 26 ingots, I have 3 blocks, and then I already crafted up some more snares for us to use. So, and then I just put some copper back in here, and it'll keep cooking that bad boy up. But I had mentioned earlier, there is one thing that I want to eventually craft, and I'm just going to go over this while we're waiting for the sun to go down a little more, so we can go out and find some mobs, because I believe it has to be enemy mobs, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to try to go for zombies this time, but anywho. I want to eventually craft these wild dog pelt boots. You can see how they're crafted right here. You need a bundle of feathers, or 2 bundles of feathers, which are just all these feathers around hemp fibers. So we will need to get some hemp going. I know we've found it before, and I've typically gotten rid of it. Yeah, hemp fibers. You take hemp in a millstone, it'll get hemp fibers, but we can get that eventually. We'll keep an eye out for hemp and make sure we hold on to it. And then you need 4 of these wild dog pelts that we have seen in the wild. So we've seen one on camera and we've killed it at the very least. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 off camera, and they have not given me anything from those. I know the one time we did kill it, it did give us something, and we were dumb enough to break it down into leather because I didn't think we needed it. But unfortunately, we now need to get 4 of them to make these. Leather boots in the middle, and then you can use muck, rice slime ball, glue, slime ball, or congratulate, or the blood. You can read it. Congratulated blood. I'm butchering that, but that's okay. You get the idea. So you can use any of those in here to craft it up and to make these. And these things are amazing. They make you run so quickly. Like you don't even need a horse because of how quickly they make you move. And I think that would be very, very beneficial for us to have. So, unfortunately, we'll just have to keep an eye out for, we're just gonna have to keep an eye out to find wild dogs going forward. Because unfortunately, we can't get them unless we get the 4 pelt. And I'm guessing that at the very most, we would get 2 from the, from finding one, from killing one, so. But the sun is going down, and we are gonna go back out into the wild and try to find some zombies. But yeah, I would eventually like to make those. Obviously, we just need to wait and find the dog then. So, but yeah, so you can see on our path here, we have a ton of trees that spawned in, which is a bit unfortunate. And you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. So we can take some of it to maybe at least make it a little bit higher up, so it's not right in our face, so we can easily still utilize what we've created so far. But other than that, it's going to take a little bit of time to go through and dig or chop all the wood higher up. It just takes a lot of time to do that. So but yeah, we could just have it like this for now, I guess. Clear out a little more space here. That's pretty good. And we can still utilize it. Is this another one that grew? I guess I just passed by this one and I didn't even realize what it was. So let's chop that bad boy down. But yeah, I like the idea of the path, but obviously once we get this going, I did say that I want to go out and try to find some new areas. So we'll definitely do some more exploration once we get through getting this this item for the blood altar. So hopefully we can find a baddie. And you know what, while we're out here, we could actually keep an eye out. Yes, here's hemp. And that's perfect. That's all we needed is this hemp so we can make the hemp fibers going forward. We have an egg here. Nice. Don't need that. We do have some barley and stuff like that. We could expand our farm if we wanted to. But I'm not going to worry about that in this episode. Unfortunately, the path that we do need to go forward is through abysmal craft, and so that is pretty much what we're going to have to stick to if we want to get to some of these other things like water wheel and things like that, which I really want to get to that. The abysmal craft stuff is cool, but I don't know, it's not necessarily my type of thing. I've played Minecraft mods for a while, and I just never really have been into like the magic type of stuff. Just really hasn't been my cup of tea personally. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Obviously a lot of work goes into making these mods, and it's props to the mod makers for doing so. But personally, I'm just not the biggest fan of them. But anywho, okay, we got a zombie here. Let's try to get him. Oh, we have like we got a lot of skeletons behind him, and we got a creeper. Okay. I should have brought my dog again. I don't know why I keep forgetting to bring my dog. I have him for this purpose. Alright, we got a skeleton here. Oh, I missed. Nothing? Oh, okay, he's got it. Perfect. Okay, we got exactly what we needed. We got the demonic will. We only need one, but since we have one more snare, let's see if any of the other baddies are gonna come this way. Because if we do have some more, we could just use it up right now and try to have a second one, because we will need more going forward. So is there any other ones around here? Well, obviously there are. We saw a ton of them chasing us. There's a creeper, but I don't really want to mess with the creeper. Oh, why there's so many creepers? Well. Oh, that poor tree. It's just free floating now. I'm sorry, tree. Yeah, I'll at the very least, I'll try to fix you a little bit. Oh, and that tree got screwed too. Alright. I hate when this happens. It just makes it the land look so crummy. But okay, we got another skeleton here coming our way. Alright, let's get him close enough so he doesn't pivot. Dang, nothing. Why? Okay. Why did the world have to back up at that point in time? It lags every single time it has to do that. Oh, no. Alright, where's my dog? He's sitting right here. Come on, buddy. You help me out. Come on, buddy. Sick him. Oh, don't you be hitting my dog, you dang skeleton. Yeah, good boy. You a good boy? What is this? Graves dust. Interesting. I think we have some of this back up in our chest upstairs, but anywho, come on, buddy, come on over here. All right, plop down. Okay, now we need to get our blood altar because we do have everything we need. Oh, there we go. Oh, we don't have our bronze on us. Okay, we gotta run back upstairs. Fair enough. Back up here. Our bronze is over here. Need just 2 of those bad boys. How we doing over here? Okay. Craft that just like so. And blood altar. Perfect. Altered state. Complete. Now let's get rid of some of this stuff in our inventory. We do have some tree stuff. I think I have some bones around here somewhere, don't I? I have 5 on me. I swear I had a ton more. Am I just missing them? I hope I didn't get rid of them. I wouldn't have gotten rid of them. I gotta be looking at them, right? Huh. Okay, that's weird. Where did I put all my bones at? Oh, you know what? They're all in here. Because I was trying to craft some bone meal up. That's what it was. Alright, so we did get our blood altar, and along with that, we got our book for it. So we just need to plop this bad boy down, and I think right here would actually be a perfect spot for it. And then we can open the book, and oof, there's a lot of stuff in here. Introduction. Oh my Lanta, there's a lot of reading in there. Okay, well, our ultimate goal for the blood altar is to get to this next part, which is I don't want it anymore. So this whole entire time during the mod pack, we've had the ability to automatically step up a block, whereas in base vanilla Minecraft, you do not have that option. You have to jump up every single block. And so now it says now that you are traveling less, which is not really true, you can use the blood altar to create an apple of lofty stature, which will remove your step up abilities. So we can make this apple to remove the abilities. Now I can make it so that you guys know how to do it and just to have it and complete the achievement. But we don't need it to progress forward, and I don't really want to take the ability away because I actually kind of like having it. So I am going to read through this just a teeny bit and see what I see and see if there's anything interesting pointing out. Otherwise, I'll be back with you and we will be heading out into the world to see what we can see, because I think that'll be the next thing. I don't think I'll do the apple right away. I'll wait on it just a little bit. So we will be right back. All right, guys, I did some reading through the book. And I kind of came to the realization that the way that the progression through this mod pack is set up, there isn't much more we can do right now other than creating the apple. But I figured I'd show you 1 or 2 more things that I read up on that could be useful to you guys. So first of all, you will definitely want to create the Sacrificial Dagger. That'll get you going. This is what you need to get blood to put into the altar itself. So it's simple to make. You just need to get a sharp bone, and then which is made by hitting a bone against a hard surface like a rock or something like that, and then taking 2 bronze to make a sacrificial dagger. So I got mine right here, got my altar here. I made another item rack to put the book on, so we had it right next to us because we don't need it on us all the time. But the way that you do this is you shift and then you right click and it'll damage you. So if you watch our health below, it's going down and blood is being put into the altar itself. Now you need to put a certain amount in, and then go to this boy. It'll show you just need 1500 and 1 apple and throw it in there and it'll make it. So you know what, I figure since we're here, let's just make the apple. I should have some apples here somewhere. There we go. I do need to bring out some more food for myself as well. So let's just do it really quick. Let's get some saturation going here. And we'll just shift. So it shouldn't kill you. Let's see if we put our apple in, if that's enough for it, or if we need more. We might need some more. And there we go. So obviously you just want to keep in mind, you don't want to, we have to click with an open hand to get the item. There we go. And we got, I don't want it anymore. So yeah, like I said, I know we weren't going to do it this episode, but I figured why not. I'm not going to eat this. We are sticking this away because I quite like having the ability to move around like we do. So yeah, let me grab some more of these berries. I'm a little curious, how is our nutrition doing? Our fruit is going way up, our vegetables are going down a little bit, and we don't have any grain still. That's okay. So everything else is stopped. I also was taking a peek. You know what, I should leave the dagger here as well, now that I'm thinking about it, because it's not like we need it. Get another item rack going here. And I'll just put it over here on the side, just like so. So we have it. I like it there. We're shifting it. Hang on. We're gonna put it down here. Grab us the book. We'll put the book down there and the dagger right there. So we have them right next to what we need to use them for. Holy smokes, this completely covered over. Alright, let's try to dig through a little bit here. But yeah, I was also looking at our atlas to figure out where we wanted to go, and I kind of have an idea of which way that we should go. And I'm definitely going to take our horse with us because it'll be so much quicker. There we go. Just cleaning out a little bit of space. Let's drop these bad boys off. So if we take a peek at the atlas here, this is everywhere we've gone thus far. So we have our house right here, and then we have our ore field over here, which has got a lot of good stuff that we like, but we really haven't traveled over this way. So I'm thinking we'll head in that direction, which is over there. We don't have a good way of getting over there just yet. We might have to go up and around with our horse, which is perfectly fine. Where's our stairs here? There we go. But yeah, I'm thinking that'll be the plan, and we'll end off the episode on that, seeing if we find anything interesting, or if it ends up being a bust if we don't find anything. Is he still connected? Doesn't show the lead anymore. Okay, interesting. Alright, but anyway guys, I'm going to head out on our horse here and see what we can see. Hopefully we find some goodies, and if we do find something, I will be back with you guys. Alright guys, welcome back. We did some traveling, and I didn't actually get too far. So if we take a look at the map here, this is where we're at, and yes, I did die. Let's delete this bad boy here. I did die over here, unfortunately, and I'll get into that in a minute, but we're not too far from our place. So I came over here. My horse is just chilling across the river over there for now, but I found the Abysmal Craft places here with these bad guys that we need to defeat to get the statues. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I found one here, and then there's one right over there that you can see. And I was originally farming on that one over there, and that is where I died. And unfortunately, it deleted our backpack. We no longer have a backpack. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's a glitch or whatever it was. I thought maybe it would have been put onto my person as like a chest piece, but no. We just completely lost it, and we lost all of its contents, which is a real bummer because we had a lot of good stuff in there. Luckily, we still had enough on us to get us by, but I had to trek all the way back out here. And what I did is actually this is the same one here. The best way to do this is to tunnel down to them and kill them. Because what I was planning to do, instead of trying to get them, because the way you get them is a little bit confusing, it takes a while, but basically you want to board them around a little bit until they create those totems, and there will be statues on top. And I got it to do it twice, but it was more of an accident than anything. So I got this one and this one, so the black one and then that blue one as well. Now, what I was thinking I would more than likely do is just craft up the decorative ones, because from the decorative ones, you can then create the actual ones, which is really nice. So we have 2 of them, so I believe there's 7 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7, and we already have 2. So there's only 5 that we need. And they're easy enough to make these ones. We can get the materials relatively easy. So I would rather go that path than anything else. Because we just need the brick, the stone, which we have plenty of now. We have 29. We only need 5 because we only have to craft a 5. And then we just have to get the dye powder depending on which one we're making, and then some clay. And we got plenty of that. Now this is the more complicated part, is we have to take those decorative statues and put 8 of these flesh around them. And those are hard to get, but luckily we have plenty now. For us, we would only need, what, like 40? Like 8 times 5? 40? Yeah, 40. And so what I did is I dug down, basically farmed a little bit. You can see them clipping through. You don't have to worry. That's just their, it's just their body clipping through. It won't actually hurt you. Their hitbox and what will hurt you is not coming through. So what I do is I tunnel down to a corner. I'm sorry if this is extremely loud with them, but we'll make this quick. Tunnel down to a corner, get into a corner like this, and it should be set up like this, where there's a block and then a pillar. And since they're too wide, they cannot get to you. And so you just tunnel out just like this, and then you can hit them just like that. Now I got a little too close on that guy, which happens. You want to kind of stay back just a teeny bit here. But yeah, you can just do it just like this and take them out. Now I do have a stone sword. There's probably a better sword you could use, and you can see it just dropped flesh just like that. And you can either hop up and get it there, or the other option is I created a little area down here where there happens to be a creeper, and you can get them down there. But I don't need those right now, so I'm not going to worry too much about them. I am extremely bummed out about my backpack, though. I don't know what happened and why we lost it. It kind of is kind of sad, because it was quite nice having the backpack. The other trick that I have been enjoying being over here is that when these guys, especially if they're around water, which they typically are, is they'll come out and then they'll start hunting the fish in the river. And so you'll see them just lying dead on the top of, floating on the top of the river, just like that. And then you can just float around and pick up a ton of them. And I had a lot more that I had stuck in my backpack. But for whatever reason, our backpack is no more. And we lost all of that and lost all of the food that we had in our backpack, which is extremely unfortunate. And I'm a bit bummed out about it, like I had mentioned. It was in this one that I died. And I can show you really quick, because I don't believe they're spawning in this one anymore for whatever reason. A little more food here, but you can see that's the one pedestal there, and then another one actually had spawned inside. And yeah, as you can see, they have completely stopped spawning. We do have some zombies down here because it's dark. We could light it up down here. Now it's back here. And I got a little too close, and they just happened to take me out, which is kind of a unfortunate event. But, you know, it is what it is. We can't change it. And unfortunately, the backpack is just gone with everything in it. So, but yeah, so that's the plan. We pretty much have everything to make the statues. We just need to get the right dye powder now for whichever ones we decide to start making. So I will probably end up doing that. And as you can see, there is some space that kind of comes underneath here. But yeah, I had tunneled down on the side like so, and we can come up and out the side, yeah. But if you bring them out into the out onto the land, those creatures, they do leave all of this behind. And this is what I was trying to do, is get them around so that they would spawn those totems, and they somehow spawned 2 of them. I really don't know what I did to cause it to do it. They just kind of randomly did. But I'm just gonna leave everything like that. I did leave my horse right over there. So we're going to grab him, and then we're going to head back to the base, because we unfortunately will have to regroup and remake a backpack, get some more food going, and craft all of our necessities back up, you know, which is unfortunate. So let me grab my horse here. Gotta head back across the water. But yeah, I was not expecting to lose that backpack, so just be warned. I don't know if there's anything you can really do to help prevent that, and like I said, it might just have been a weird glitch, but I'm not 100% sure. So, but anywho, we are just going to head back to the base. The other thing I'd like to mention is when they do spawn this slime down, it makes you go a lot slower. And since it slows you down, it can they can trap you and then they catch up to you, and you'll be in some deep trouble. So just something to keep in mind. Are we really... There we go. So yeah, we are going to head back home. It's going to take us a bit to get there, so we're already at 50 minutes though. So I think I'm just going to end the episode there. The next time that we come back, we will make sure we have everything together to craft up our statues. We will have our backpack back and all of our essentials put into it. And we will be back on the Biznal Craft path. We will also need to get the altar going as well. Oh, there's a bear right there. Let's avoid him. So yeah, that is going to be the plan. And I'll have to find a good spot to put the altar in, because it can spawn some baddies. Ooh, okay. That was the other thing. I spawned a couple episodes ago. It's a skeleton on a skeleton horse. And it's quite powerful. So there's a few of them over in that field, and I try to avoid them. So but we can get back to the base here. But yeah, guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. I know it was kind of a little bit of a cluster of an episode, just because we were going all over the place and doing things we didn't really expect to be doing. But I think in the end, we had a pretty good outcome. We got a lot of stuff I was not expecting to get, and we can really progress forward with the quest line, or with the achievement line. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below, or better yet, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. If you want to follow along with this series or anything else that may be posted to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. It'll let you know every single time I post a new episode to the channel. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.